My name is Karol Traczykowski. I'm the CEO at goldenline.pl, which is the biggest social recruiting and business networking website in Poland. Today I would like to talk about a simple yet very powerful tool called V2MOM and the reasons to use it at your company. Please raise your hands if you attended the first talk, the Mary talk about Beyond the Metrics. Please raise your hands. If you liked the idea that Mary gave us, you will probably like to try this tool to introduce those practices and mindset in your company. Before I start, I would like to thank the conference organizers for making my dream come true. I've always dreamed about having my slides displayed on probably the biggest screen in Poland, conference screen in Poland. Thank you very much. Thanks, Piotr. And Daniel Pink, the author of the famous book Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us, claims that one of the most important intrinsic motivators is purpose. That is, working on something meaningful that is important for you. In fact, having a goal or purpose that makes and keeps you motivated appears in a lot of motivation theories and scientific research. Jürgen Appelot did a tremendous talk last year talking about Chamfrogs, which is his framework for thinking and talking about intrinsic motivators. He also claims that goal is one of them. And having said that, let me ask you a question. Please raise your hands if you work for a company that is 30 people or more. 30 people or more. Great, and please keep your hands up, keep your hands up, and keep your hands up if you know your company's vision or goal, basically you know what you're working for. Okay, and please keep your hands up if you find that thing, that goal, motivational for you, meaningful, attractive for you. Okay, like 10% or something like that. So here's the observation. On the one hand, we know that having a meaningful and sexy goal is important for us. And on the other hand, we can see that there is only few of us that have such comfort in their jobs. And that's a problem. That's a problem that V2MOM helps you solving. And a couple of other problems, by the way. Let me give you 5 reasons to use V2MOMs at your company. The first one. V2MOM is a one-page company strategy that focuses all the people on what matters most. In a clear and easy-to-digest way, it describes vision, values, methods, obstacles, and measures. That is, where do you want to get, what's important about following that vision. This is the value set that you will keep in mind taking all the important decisions like simplicity or innovation or perfection. Methods tell you how do you want to get to that vision, what are you going to do, obstacles that may come in your way, and measures that will tell you that you're already there. That should be preferably form of SMART goals or other form of quantifiable metrics that will be just outside your comfort zone. And of course, you still need to have meaningful and attractive vision. You still need values and vision that is authentic for you and for the company. And no tool will help you that. It's your job to get those done right. But V2MOM gives an easy tool to communicate and distribute the whole vision, goals, and action plan through the whole company. Every time, every people in the company, including those who are just hired, are able to check the company's action plan in an easy-to-find place on one page. What's a huge advantage of V2MOM is that you can read it in less than 5 minutes, whereas you probably need an hour or more to read the standard strategy document. In fact, I'm not sure anyone knows how long does it take to read the standard strategy document, because nobody reads them at all. What is meaningful here, significant, is that V2MOM is an always living document. As we know, the plans and scopes may change, and that should be reflected in a V2MOM. Every time a person wants to check where we are in a certain area, he or she can find it in an always living V2MOM. And again, it's easier to do to introduce the changes, to spot them, to show the status in a one-page V2MOM than a multi-page strategy document. And the company's V2MOM is created by the smart guy called CEO, and this is me, by the way. I present it to all the department heads. They challenge it, they ask questions, they suggest changes and additions. It's a kind of collaboration work. And what's crucial here is to build total understanding and agreement around the vision and the chosen methods. Once we decide it's both challenging and feasible, meaning we are able to deliver on the metrics section, we go with the V2MOM to the rest of the company. We start creating V2MOMs for departments, teams, and some individuals. If some teams need kind of collaboration, that also should be reflected in their V2MOMs in methods or metrics. And having V2MOMs for department, teams, and individuals give us the next reason for having them at our company, because they play the similar role for them as they do for a whole company. They're a kind of business plan that describes the vision, values, tactics, obstacles, and success criteria. And surprisingly, there is a lot of managers who do not think of those ones. There are managers who cannot articulate their vision. There are managers who do not think of the obstacles. And there is a lot of managers who cannot clearly set the success criteria. You were thinking about the mountain in the center, right? The manager was thinking the one behind it. The way you form and measure the success criteria defines what are you going to get. It's not only because what you measure is what you get, but because the success criteria define and shows your people what they need to achieve. And I do not mean what certain steps they need to take. I mean what business value they need to deliver. Let me give you an example to clarify this. In our product development crew, we have product teams with a product owner and a bunch of developers. If you are a developer, your work with code is absolutely essential for us. But what really matters is the impact of the features you introduce together as a team with a product owner. Like with bowling, it's not about throwing the ball just ahead of you, faster, stronger, or something like that. It's about the number of scores you achieve. And it's not about developing and deploying the features. It's about the value you deliver with them. It's about the impact. And what we put in the measures section in a team V2MOMs is, for instance, the number of users who registered on the site, the number of users who applied for an offer, the number of recruiters who sent their offers to the candidates, or even customer satisfaction metrics. It's not about creating new forms, it's not about creating new dialogues and so on. It's about the impact, you deliver. And we have those V2MOMs for department teams and some individuals. As you can see, in the product development crew, we have only V2MOMs for teams. We don't have V2MOMs for individuals. They should have shared goals. If you make all those V2MOMs in the whole company department, the whole company transparent for the whole organization, you get the next reason for having them at your company. They clearly show the role of an individual in the whole company. You can easily see the impact of the results of an individual for the impact of the team, department, and the company. And the same goes for their peers. You can easily check what's the other people's contribution to the company's success. A quick look into a marketing V2MOM gives you all the necessary information about all the marketing actions we are going to take this quarter, along together with the expected results. If you would like to check what the product development team is going to deliver this quarter, you can look it up in the V2MOM. And as I've just mentioned, we create those V2MOMs for teams, individuals, and departments once a quarter. Once a quarter, we meet to discuss what we did in the last quarter, what are we going to do in the following one, and what may come in our way. You probably know these 3 questions. We ask them on all levels, the company level, department level, team level, but also on an individual level. And although we give each other a lot of feedback every time it is needed, thanks to quarterly checkpoint V2MOM meetings, we make sure that every person in a company has a one-on-one meeting with the manager at least once a quarter. And V2MOMs give a superb framework for one-on-one meetings. Thanks to that framework, we make sure that a one-on-one meeting does not take a form of performance review. This is not a conversation between the enemies. Apart from talking about the metrics results, successes, mistakes, feedback, personal development, and so on, we make sure that there is a place for vision and values. And by emphasizing the vision, we make sure that he or she really feels we follow it, and whether he or she really still finds the vision attractive and meaningful. By emphasizing the values, we make sure that every person in the company finds innovation, teamwork, simplicity, self-development in the way we work. If he's not, we try to fix the situation. Sometimes it's working with that person about what she can do in the environment, and sometimes, since we had a situation when we received a lot of feedback about mixed feelings about the vision, we decided to change the product a bit because it was a signal for us that we didn't realize we started missing the vision. And as you can see, talking about vision and values can bring a lot more to the conversation than talking just about metrics and results. Using V2MOM shifts the focus from the manager asking the question to the employee talking about his feelings about the environment, about the product, about the vision, values, and so on. And now, if we sum all the things I've said so far, we get the ultimate reason for having V2MOMs at your company. This ultimate reason is the alignment. Thanks to V2MOMs, all the people in the company know and understand the company vision, goals, and action plan. All the goals and actions for teams, departments, and individuals arise from a company goal. Thanks to transparency in V2MOMs, all the people can see their role in the whole company and others people's contribution to the success. Thanks to V2MOM, we get all the people running in the same direction, supporting each other. And no matter it's about the whole company, a team, or department, the alignment gives us a huge productivity boost. It's the ultimate reason for having V2MOMs, and it would be sufficient on its own. But let me wrap up all the reasons for having them at your company. First of all, V2MOM is a one-page strategy that focuses your team on what matters most. It helps keeping your engagement and communication in the company at a high level, even when your company grows fast. The second thing, it's a business plan that makes managers rethink and write down their vision, values, tactics, and success criteria. Thanks to business-centric metrics in a measures section, all the people are focused on delivering the impact that matters for the company goal, and no matter, it's up to them how they deliver it, and be sure they should be entrepreneurs that actively seek for a best solution for a problem. And sometimes the best solution for a problem is not even close to writing any software at all. Thanks to transparency, V2MOMs shows your role in the company and others people's contribution to the success. You know all the things about what action plans we have in all the parts of the company. V2MOM is a superb framework for one-on-one meetings. Thanks to it, we shift the focus from results and metrics to vision and values. And the last one, the ultimate reason, the alignment. Thanks to V2MOM, we have all the people running in the same direction, supporting each other, focused on company goals. there's just one thing you have to do. Just prepare a V2MOM for your team or your department or your company, or even for yourself. If you think you don't need it because you think that all the people around have the same on their minds, just do an experiment. Try to gather your coworkers and write down your vision. I bet you'll probably agree that the alignment should be our next goal. Thank you very much.